Welcome to the video version of Marketing Tips for Authors. My name is Tony Eldridge and I'm glad you could spend this time with us this week as we look at another tip to help you market your book. Now, today's tip is going to be something that's very simple to do, but it's something that we often overlook. And really it can have a pretty big impact on helping people find us and find our web page and find our book. It has to do with the title bar that you see on your web browser, on your web page. Now we're open to my home page, Marketing Tips for Authors, and if you look up at the top, you're going to see the top title bar where we read Marketing Tips for Authors, and we see it's a Mozilla Firefox. Now what we're concerned with is this first part here, the custom part, where I was able to go in and program the title for this page. Now what's nice is as we scroll down and look at the different web pages I have up, we have our daily marketing tips. This changes, daily marketing tips for authors blog. We look over at our weekly video tips, free weekly video marketing tips for authors, and we can go all the way down to the about page and we see marketing tips for authors about Tony Eldridge. Now obviously there are some important reasons why we want to customize our pages. One, when people, visitors have multi-windows or browsers open, by customizing these pages it's going to allow them to very easily remember what's on the various pages they're looking at. Also, when organizations submit websites for review, it's going to be very important that they have the right titles of the web pages, because oftentimes that's what they see first. And if you don't have something in there that is very unique to the content of your page, if it's a general title, it may delay the review of your site. Now another important reason why we want to use custom title bars is this is the most prominent thing found in a search engine search. For example, I went ahead and did a search on free weekly video marketing tips for authors. Now I did that because that's exactly what I have up here as a title page for my website. So I wanted to see what would happen, and lo and behold, the first thing, obviously this is not anything that should surprise anyone, is the video tips page that we just looked at by looking at the searches. Now if someone who's using Google or a search engine is scanning these entries that are underlined, isn't it important that we make sure that we go out of our way to have the most descriptive information that uses the keywords about our page as a custom heading? Now obviously that's the right answer, and that's what we want. We want to be able to make it as easy as possible for other people to find our page. Now one of the problems we run into is as we create web pages, we often, the program that we're using to create the web page will often put in a generic title that if we don't change will stay there. Or as we create multiple pages for our website, it uses the same title in each one of them. At the very beginning, every time I created a new web page, all it said was Marketing Tips for Authors on every page that I did until I went in to change it. So I hope you can see the importance of going in and customizing not just your site, but every individual page on your site to give it a very descriptive title bar. Now how do we do that? Actually it's very simple. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at and show you the page source, and we're looking at what are called title tags. The tag right here that says title and the closed title tag, in between is where we put in what the name of that page is. In this case, free weekly video marketing tips for authors. Now as we go into our HTML editor and we pull up the HTML for our page, at the very top, you're always going to find your title. Go in there, customize it, change it. Do this individually for each page that you have, and you're going to hopefully see a big difference in people being able to find your site. You're definitely going to have a better user experience because people are going to very easily be able to navigate through your site and really know where they're at. Now I'm going to show you one other little thing that's neat, and this requires no work on your part. Let's go over to my blog, which is blog.marketingtipsforauthors.com. This is actually a Blogger blog that's pointed to this domain. So you see marketing tips for authors. But what happens if I look on an individual blog? Blogger automatically adds this information to the title bar, which is the information that we chose to be the heading or the subject of each individual blog. And every individual blog entry is like that. So what you have is a very keyword rich, and if we've done a good job at creating the title for our articles, a very easy way for people who are searching the internet to find our particular blogs. Blogger does that automatically for us. So this is a very simple tool that we can use, a very simple thing that only takes a few moments for us to do. Go in, customize the title bar, make it easy for your visitors to find your website, make it very easy for the search engines to know what your page is about. You combine that all together and you're looking at something that can really make a difference in the number of people being able to find your page and find your content. So I hope you take a few moments this week, start going through your website, customizing your title page for each page on your book, and then sit back and watch the difference that it can make for visitors. My name is Tony Eldridge, and I appreciate the time that you spent with me today on this video tip at Marketing Tips for Authors. I look forward to seeing you next week.